Hello, everyone, and welcome to our second session of Business Fundamentals. Today, we'll be focusing on an important topic, economics and business. And in this session, we'll explore how economic concepts impact businesses and how businesses operate within different types of economic system. And I'm excited to dive into this topic with you today. Okay, let's get started. A few years ago, my daughter decided to set up a lemonade stand in our neighborhood. At first, she just wanted to make a few dollars to buy her favorite clothes. To make lemonade, she needed lemons, sugar, ice, and water. So she started comparing the prices of the ingredient at different grocery stores. She also offered some deals to attract more of our neighbors to buy her lemonade. And one day I asked her what she had learned, and she said, Mom, I think I'm running a little business. And that day I smiled and thought, she's not just running a lemonade stand, she is learning economics. She's making decisions, managing resources, responding to supply and demand, and even experimenting with marketing. And in her own small way, she was part of the economy. So you don't need to be in a boardroom to be part of the economy. Every decision, big or small, is a step in the world of economics. And today we will learn about economics that shapes our lives every single day, even if we don't always see it. Economics is not all about the charts, number. It's really about people. It's about choices. It's about how we live, work, and dream. Now tell me, what is economics? What is economics? Economics is the study of how we produce, distribute, and consume goods and services. In other words, an economy is the activity between the consumer and the producer. For example, when you buy sugar, lemons, and ice to make lemonade, you are participating in the economy as a consumer. When you make and sell that lemonade, you're participating in the economy as a producer. The person who buys your lemonade is also participating in the economy as a consumer. And you can see that this cycle of economic activity happens everywhere, at your favorite restaurant, at your local barbershop, and even across the internet. Now is a question, why should we study economic? What's the importance of learning economics? Studying economics helps you understand how people, businesses, and government make choices about using resources. It teaches you how money works, why prices go up and down, how jobs and trade affect our lives. With this knowledge, you can make better decisions in your personal life and in your career. Economic improve your critical thinking skills. Analytical thinking skills helps you think clearly, solve problems, and understand important issues in the world around you. And to make everything, we need resources. Resources are called factors of production. We have different types of resources: land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship, knowledge. Land involves the natural resources we have as a country. Natural resources are sources found in nature. Labor involves using human resources. Human resources describe the people who produce goods and services through working. People can use their talents, knowledge, skills to produce goods or offer services. Capital discusses the things we need in order to make the other things, like machines, tools, trucks, factories. We need all these things to produce, to make products. Entrepreneurs are creative risk taker, people who start their own businesses, and they create new businesses by applying new ideas to satisfy customer needs, and they invest their money, time in hopes of making a profit. And knowledge means the know-how that powers innovation. So we need these resources in order to produce a product or offer services. Now let's pause and think like an economist. Every society, whether rich or poor, has to answer three basic questions. What goods and services should be produced? How should these goods and services be produced? And who consume these goods and services? Your answers depends on your economic system. So you need to have knowledge of the economic system of your country, of the place that you want to start your business. Basically, there are three main types of system: planned economy, communism, and socialism. Communism, the government owns all or most enterprises and controls the production and allocation of goods and services. Some countries have this economic system, like China, Vietnam, North Korea. And socialism, government owns essential skills and industries like healthcare, education, and transportation, and they are owned and run by the government to benefit everyone. In this economic system, people can still own property and earn income, but the government plays a bigger role in making sure wealth is shared more equally. And many countries apply socialism economy, like Canada, Denmark, Germany, Finland. These countries use socialist ideas like free healthcare, education, and strong social safety nets. These countries are actually democratic and capitalist, but they include socialist policies to support equality and public welfare. Free market system, a free market system, also known as capitalism, is an economic system where businesses and individuals make most of their decisions about buying, selling, and producing goods and services. Prices are set by supply and demand, not by the government. People are free to start their own businesses. They compete with each other in the market, and they can keep the profit they earn. The government's role is limited. And in this system, businesses are encouraged to be innovative, and also the system is very active. Mixed economy. A mixed economy is a system that combines elements of both capitalism and socialism. And this system, individuals, businesses can own property and run companies freely, but the government also plays a role in providing public services and regulating certain industries. Many countries have this economic system. Modern countries, actually most modern countries have this economy that have a mixed economy, like Canada, UK, Germany. These countries have mixed economies. Okay, we need also to understand supply and demand to learn how prices are determined. Supply and demand are key economic concepts that explain how prices are set in a market. In this slide, you can see a demand curve. A demand curve is a graph that shows the relationship between the price of the good or service and the quantity that consumers are willing to buy. You can see that there is a negative relationship between these two variables. You can see a downward trend. As the price goes down, demand usually goes up. As price goes up, demand usually goes down. And several factors can have a significant impact on these and this relationship, like income of the people. If people earn more money, they can buy more, so demand will increase. Taste and preferences. If something become more popular, demand increases. Price of related goods. If the price of tea goes up, demand for coffee may rise. Or if the price of printers goes down, demand for ink might go up. Expectations, future expectation. If people expect prices to rise in the future, they may buy more now. And also, if the number of consumers in the market increases, the demand will increase as well. Another important economic concept is supply. The supply curve shows the relationship between the price of a product and the amount that businesses are willing to produce and sell. And you can see that there is a positive relationship between these two variables. You can see the upward trend. When the price goes up, businesses are willing to produce more. When the prices goes down, they produce less. Why? Because higher prices mean more profit. So companies are more motivated to produce and sell. Okay. And again, there are several factors that can influence on supply in the market. Production cost. If it becomes cheaper to make a product, businesses can supply more. If costs go up, supply decreases because it's more expensive to produce. Technology. Better technology helps businesses produce things faster or cheaper. And this usually increases supply because it's easier and more efficient to produce. Number of sellers, more businesses entering the market, so they like to produce more. Fewer businesses, less supply. Expectations of future prices. If businesses expect prices to go up later, they might hold back supply now to sell at a higher price later. If they expect prices to fall, they may increase supply now to sell before the price drops. Government policies. Taxes can increase production costs, so businesses prefer to produce less. If companies, if businesses receive government help, so they try to produce more, and production will be cheaper, so they produce more. Another important concept is equilibrium price. Equilibrium price is the price at which the quantity of a product that consumers are willing to buy equals the quantity that producers are willing to sell. And at this point, the market is in balance. There is no surplus or no shortage. And it's a point where the demand curve and the supply curve intersect. This price ensures that all the products businesses want to sell are bought by customer. So no one is left waiting to buy more. Yeah, so equilibrium price creates a stable situation, and also, again, many factors can have a significant impact on these price. Okay, now we want to discuss competition in business. Think about the competition in business. What means? Competition in business refers to the rivalry between companies selling similar products or services aiming to attract the same customers and increase their market share. Market structure is about businesses in an industry compete with each other. How easy it is for new companies to join in the market. In the short, market structure explain how competitive market is, which affect prices, choices for consumers, and how businesses behave. So it's very important to have knowledge of market structure, because we can understand how many companies are selling similar product, how different or similar the products are, how hard it is for new companies to start selling in that market, and who set the prices, companies or the market itself. Basically, there are four main types of market structure. Perfect competition. Many companies sell the exact same product, but no one company can control the price. Think of lots of farmers selling the same kind of tomatoes at a market. Monopolistic competition. In this market structure, many companies sell similar but a slightly different product, like different brands of shampoo. Each company has some control over its price because of unique features of the product. Example of monopolistic competition include restaurants, clothing brands, and personal care product. These businesses offer unique product because still compete for the same customers. Okay, in the short term, firms in monopolistic competition can make good profits, but over time, as more competitors join, their profit usually drop to normal levels. Another market structure is oligopoly. A few large companies dominate the market. In this system, they might sell similar or different products, and their decision affect each other. Like a car manufacturing company is airlines. Monopoly is a market structure that only one company sells a product with no close substitute, so it can set the price, like a local water supplier. And based on the market structure, we can identify the type of competitors, either direct or indirect. Direct competition happens when two or more businesses offer the same or very similar product or services to the same target market. They compete to attract the same customers. For example, McDonald's and Burger King both compete directly in the fast food burger market. And indirect indirect competition occurs when businesses offer different product or services but still compete for the same customer needs or target audience. In other words, businesses want to satisfy the same customer need or solve a similar problem. For example, think about a gym membership and an at-home workout app. Both services help customers stay fit, but through different services. So you can see that in this kind of competition, there is less intense rivalry between businesses, and each business tries to offer its unique value proposition to attract customers. And in summary, indirect competition